The latest on Matthew Nilo, the lawyer charged with sexually assaulting 4 women 15 years ago. One of his accusers and her mother are speaking to us this morning in their first interview as he's expected to be released on bail. Erielle Reshef has the story. Good morning, Erielle.
Good morning to you, George. Lori Pinkham tells us after years of trauma, she is finding her voice and ready to face Nilo after he was arrested and charged in the violent spree of sexual assaults that haunted Boston for 15 years. Lori and her mom are now seeking justice and closure.
I kept thinking, is this a nightmare? I'm gonna wake up.
This morning, the first accuser of Boston's serial sexual assault suspect Matthew Nilo speaking out. Lori Pinkham sitting down exclusively with ABC News with her mom Janine by her side, now ready to tell her story of the night she says she was attacked 15 years ago.
What do you remember from that night in 2007?
Well, I had been out at one of the clubs I was doing promotions for, and I was walking to my car. He pulled up in his car next to me and kind of cut me off and started yelling to me like something like, hey, oh, hey, I saw you, do you need a ride? I was like, no, I'm okay. And that's when I saw he had a gun in his hand, and he just said, get in the car. And I got really scared, and I got in the car.
Did you fear for your life?
Yeah, I started getting scared, and he kept driving. As soon as we got to Charlestown and he stopped the car, I tried to run as fast as I could, and he caught up to me, and that's when he raped me.
What did that night take away from you?
It took away my freedom, honestly.
For more than a decade, Lori says she lived in a constant state of terror.
What was it like for 15 years not knowing who did this to you?
It's been horrible. You know, a big part of my life stopped that day. I couldn't work. I didn't want to spend time with anybody. Every day I've lived in fear.
It's heartbreaking. I feel like there's a part of her that didn't get to continue her life, you know, so she didn't finish growing up to become a woman with a career and a family, and I know that breaks her heart.
But just weeks ago, authorities informed Lori they had zeroed in on a suspect, later identified as 35-year-old Manhattan attorney Matthew Nilo.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
Prosecutors say DNA testing linked Nilo to Lori's unsolved sexual assault case and to 3 others.
When you looked at a picture of the suspect, what did you notice?
His eyes mostly. I just remember them because they were like black.
Are you confident that this is the guy?
Yes, absolutely.
Authorities say they checked DNA from the victims' rape kits against publicly accessible genealogy websites, eventually leading them to Nilo, who has pleaded not guilty to 7 counts. Lori vowing to face him in court.
I want him to know that I'm not scared of him at all.
Why do you feel like now is the moment to come forward?
I have my chance to look him in the eyes and tell him he's not going to get away with it.
And the judge granted Nilo the option of paying $500,000 cash bail. So far, county officials tell us he remains incarcerated, but his lawyer says he expects he'll be released soon. Lori tells me she will testify against Nilo if she is asked by prosecutors, and her mom says that speaking out to us has been a first step in Lori's journey to healing. George?
We certainly do hope she heals. Okay, Erielle, thanks very much. You can see more of Arielle's interview with Lori and her mother tonight on Nightline.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.